Jennifer Hamernick, and I am the Assistant Director of Secondary Education at PACT Charter School. So I didn't always know I wanted to be a teacher. And then as a young mom, I started volunteering to teach Sunday school and then lead when my boys got into Boy Scouts, I started leading as a den leader in the Boy Scouts and doing those things. And it was kind of through that I was like, I think I would really enjoy this. And so I enrolled at the teacher program at Southwest Minnesota State down in Marshall, Minnesota. And their program has you get into the classroom very first semester. And boom, I was hooked. I just loved it. And I knew immediately after taking that first class that, yeah, this was definitely the right path for me. And it just kept building from there. I started my teaching career down in Murray County Central in Slayton, Minnesota. And I worked there for 13 years as a teacher and ultimately into a teacher leader. I was helping doing our professional learning community leads and actually was a union leader for a little while too. And that was when I decided that I wanted to get into administration. So from there, I started the administration program and then was able to be a principal at Nicollet Public Schools and Lake Crystal, and then left education for just a little while. Went back to teaching and really wanted to do what it takes to learn how to be that master teacher. So I went back to teaching for 4 years at Spectrum High School, where I got to teach the upper level Spanish classes, including the college Spanish. But I also got to teach a program there that they have called College and Career Readiness. And that was looking at the different fields, doing all the inventories and helping students kind of figure out where to go and explore different options, writing resumes. What's the difference between an application and a resume? That was a really cool class. And then it was time, I was getting the pull and kind of some friends pushed to say, okay, time to get back into the leadership role. And so I applied for a PACT Charter School here in Ramsey, Minnesota, and it's been a great ride ever since. And I feel there's parts that I really miss teaching because I love working with the students, but I also really love working with the adults and doing the things that I get to do to help make things easier for them to be great teachers themselves. One of the biggest challenges in education that we all had to face were those years we try not to talk about, but it forced us to learn so much about technology and how to have more of a blended classroom, not just in person, not just on paper, but also how to make it more than just being on the computer. And I think we gained a lot, even though it was really hard. It gave us a lot of tools that we wouldn't have all really embraced because we had to, right? And so from that, this year opening up a brand new school, because it's a huge expansion. And so within three years, I think it is, we'll have doubled in size at the secondary level in a brand new building. With that comes so many challenges of just things being ready and things you didn't think of. And now we have to have new policies and procedures and just things like setting up new bell systems and things like that. Our number one takeaway this year has been grace. And honestly, that's true for education always, because we always want to improve. And new improvement, you have the idea, you know where you want to get to, but it takes some trial and error, just like everything else, to go, oh yeah, okay, that's not going to quite work, so we're going to try this again. And then you find the way that does work. This particular role is being the assistant director, which is very much like being the assistant principal. And so my job is to really help support our executive director, as well as really support the teachers. And so I hope that my future is really being able to do that, help make everybody else's job easier so that they can do their best job. And hope that I can really help do is we're all about building character, and we do a lot of character education. We have our 9 pillars of good character traits. So at the end of the day, we're building good scholars, but our biggest wish and push is to create good humans.